Hello and welcome to Discrete IAS Academy. Today we are going to discuss about the Malabar exercise. In this video, we will discuss the history of this Malabar exercise, the significance of this Malabar exercise, as well as the recent changes in this exercise. First of all, if we talk about the history, then you might know in the year 1990, the USSR, the former Soviet Union, has been disintegrated and the Cold War got to an end. Till then, China was gaining some significance. And after 1990s, China has started to impose its assertiveness over the Indo-Pacific region and was having a territorial claim over the South China Sea and and some few parts on the Indo-Pacific region. So USA and India has decided that Cold War has ended, a new power was rising. So to counter that power, to counter that assertiveness, both the nations, India and USA, has started a joint military exercise in the year 1992, and that is known as the Malabar exercise. So, in the initial years, India and USA were the part of this Malabar exercise. Basically, the major objective is to have a strategic presence on the Indo-Pacific region. Apart from that, if we talk about the objective, the significance, this Malabar exercise was initiated to have a free, open, and inclusive Indo-Pacific region. USA and India said that we are organizing this Malabar exercise to have a free, open, and inclusive Indo-Pacific region, which should be based on the international order, international rules and order. No one should impose their territorial claims over the international waters. No one should have its assertiveness over this Indo-Pacific region. Indo-Pacific region should be inclusive, should be free and open for all. So these are the objectives of this Malabar exercise: free, open and inclusive Indo-Pacific region with international rule-based order. Apart from that, if we see the timeline of this Malabar exercise, then in the initial years, in the year 1992, India and USA were the part of this Malabar exercise. After that, in the year 2015, Japan got an entry in this exercise. So from the bilateral exercise, from the bilateral joint military exercise in the year 2015, it becomes the trilateral joint military exercise, India, USA and Japan. After that, in the year 2020, after the COVID pandemic, Australia got the invitation from the Indian side to join this Malabar exercise. Now here, again this trilateral exercise got changed into a quadrilateral exercise, quadrilateral joint military exercise. But most interestingly, you will find that Japan and Australia, both the nations have joined in this Malabar exercise. Japan in 2015 and Australia in 2020. In the year 1992, India and USA were the initiating partners of this exercise. Now here we need to understand that all these four nations are involved in this quad grouping. This quad grouping includes India, USA, Japan and Australia. This quad was created to have a free, open and inclusive Indo-Pacific region. But this quad was not a military grouping. This was beyond the military grouping. the soft diplomacy, the cultural diplomacy, everything is included in this Quad. But coincidentally, if Australia, Japan, India, and USA are collaborating in this Malabar exercise, the joint military exercise, so somehow there might be a chances that Quad is forming a military grouping to have a strategic presence over the Indo-Pacific region. But if we see from the Indian perspective, then China shares its land boundary only with India. So if China thinks that Quad is having a strategic influence over this Indo-Pacific region, then it might be a threat to Indian sovereignty and territorial integrity, because China is only sharing its land boundary with India, not any other nation of the Quad grouping or the Malabar exercise. So from the prelims perspective, we need to remember that Malabar exercise was formed by India and USA in the year 1992, and Japan joined this exercise in 2015. After that, in the year 2020, Australia has also joined this Malabar exercise, and all these four nations are the part of the Quad grouping. So I hope you like the lecture. Don't forget to subscribe the channel, like the video, and share the video. Thank you. Jai Hind.